So how bad is the drug problem now? There is 4 times as much fentanyl flowing into the U.S. under President Biden than when Donald Trump was president, and it's reaching virtually all of our communities. Take a look at this map right here, where the darker shaded areas, those states have more drug overdoses now. Look at the South. Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Tennessee, all up 27 to 30% in a year. Texas up 22%, Louisiana 34%. Out west along the West Coast, from California to Washington State, up 25 to 36%. Even in the Northeast, Maine up 32%, Vermont higher by 44%. Here to react to this is former agent in charge of the DEA Special Ops, Derek Maltz. Derek, why is this happening?
Well, Bob, thanks for having me. The cartels are working very closely with the Chinese transnational criminals. They're actually bombarding our country with this chemical weapon that's made in these dirty, filthy labs in Mexico now. And our kids are very vulnerable because they're being deceived. We are losing a kid every 5 minutes in America, 293 a day based on the latest statistics from the CDC. Unacceptable. There's also pill production labs all over America in our backyard where these local retail organizations are getting the powder from Mexico, and they're making the pills in their houses. The kids don't know what they're taking. They're dying at record levels. Like the Families Against Fentanyl worked with the CDC statistics, Bob, and have determined it's the #1 cause of death in America. But the age group just widened to 13 to age 50. A lot of these younger kids, first-time users, recreational users, are starting to take this poison and dying instantly. And one last thing. In the history of this country, we've never had any organization killing Americans at this rate, but the White House is silent. Just last week, we had 10 more die in Washington, D.C., right down the road from the White House. In January, there were 9. We have mass fentanyl poisonings all around the country, Bob.
So how do you stop this, Derek? I mean, once it gets into the hands of these people, like you said, even some of these people who are taking recreational drugs, or what are called recreational drugs, they could be laced. And this is so lethal, it's killing them. So how do you stop it from getting to them?
Well, for one, you have to take it serious. This is a chemical weapon attack against America. That's a fact. It sounds dramatic, but just look at what's happening. But the White House is not even talking about this. We're not educating the schools. We're not educating the kids. We talk about critical race theory. What about teaching them about the deadly fentanyl? But you have to take the greatest American patriots working in all the law enforcement, the Department of Defense, the intelligence community, and rip apart those labs in Mexico with or without the Mexican government. If they don't want to cooperate, we have to stand up for our kids. And we have to destroy the ability for them to get their chemicals into the ports in Mexico. There's corruption all over the place down there. We have to stop walking on eggshells and call it what it is. But most importantly, we have to get the people help right now. We have so many people addicted to the opioids because corporate cartels got away with this for years, Bob, making millions and millions of dollars as our kids got addicted. So it's a perfect storm going on now. It's not going to be easy to fix overnight, but we have to have a sense of urgency. Right now, we don't even hear about it. That's the big issue. No one's talking about it.
Yeah, and another thing we don't talk a lot about, Derek, is what's going on in Mexico, which you just hit upon. Because it seems like the drug cartels are so powerful in Mexico, in many places, they're controlling the government. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I can tell you this. The DEA recently just arrested the former president of Honduras and his brother's in jail in America for getting involved with 185 tons of cocaine with Chapo Guzman and the Sinaloa cartel. So we have to call it out. We have to hold them accountability in America. And the last thing we want to do, Bob, is continue to give billions of dollars of taxpayer money to these corrupt government officials in these Northern Triangle countries and in Mexico. We have to start treating this as a chemical attack on our kids and start holding people accountable. That's the bottom line.
All right, Derek Maltz, thank you so much for your insight, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you.